Hey guys, welcome to Textures Tutorial. Today, we're going to talk about Photoshop Generative Fill techniques. It is a step-by-step guide to follow easily. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So let's dive right in. Now, just a quick overview regarding this feature. Generative Fill is an advanced feature in Adobe Photoshop that employs artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to automatically generate content with an image or video. So this feature that we have in here, it can be used to seamlessly expand or manipulate visual elements, such as extending backgrounds, adding objects, removing unwanted elements, and more. So by intelligently analyzing and synthesizing pixel data, this tool will simplify the complex image editing task, allowing users to achieve professional results with minimal manual effort. So as you can see in here, we have the different Firefly plan or Adobe plan that we have in here. This feature that we're going to be using is working onto Adobe Photoshop. So this mainly works onto that platform. But onto this video, we're just going to use the Adobe Firefly, which is a website by Adobe, so that we could try out this feature. So we have two options for this website that we have in here. We have the free plan and the premium plan. Now this feature that we have in here, it can enhance the creative process, give the creators practical advantages, and set the standards for responsibility. And as you can see also in here, that there are big plans for Firefly. So you could generate custom vectors, brushes, and textures from text prompts, altering the weather in a video with a few words, or turning simple 3D designs into photorealistic images, and quickly creating new styles and variation. So we're going to be exploring all of these possibilities and more with Adobe Firefly. So for the Photoshop, onto what we're going to be delving into is the generative fill and generative expand in Photoshop. So you could use a simple text prompt to add or remove content from any images, click and drag beyond the image border to seamlessly fill the expanded canvas with matching contents that is powered by Adobe Firefly. So let's learn more regarding onto that feature. Now, here are some things that we could do onto Adobe Photoshop using this feature. So you could create more with fewer boundaries. So from tools like content aware fill and object selection to the game-changing leaps of Adobe Firefly Generative AI with Generative Fill, innovation fuels Photoshop so you can follow your imagination wherever it leads. Also, you could add more to any image with Generative Fill. You could just select an area of your image, describe what you want to add in a text prompt, and then see the options that appears in seconds. If you don't have any backgrounds, you don't have a problem as well. You can change the settings seamlessly in Photos with Generative AI. Simply select the background, type in a prompt, and transport your subject from a local city street to a location or across the galaxy. And you could also easily expand an image in here in any direction. And you could also remove and replace content in a few steps. You could explore the innovative tools powered by Firefly that makes it easier to create anything you can imagine in fewer steps. Now, since we're testing this feature out, let's use Adobe Firefly for that. But if you have the Photoshop installed, you could just simply click onto that and you should be able to locate the same feature as well. So what you'll need to do is just simply click onto the Get Firefly Free so that we could start using Adobe Firefly. Now, here are the different features that we have in Adobe Firefly. So there's a text to image, the generative fill, and the text effects. So we're going to be diving more onto the generative fill later on. We also have the generative recolor, sketch to image, and 3D to image. So these are available already onto the Photoshop app. And you could also get inspired or start with a prompt from the gallery of inspirational examples. So you could just simply browse onto that and view full gallery. And also here onto the bottom part, you could see the different things. I think some of these are already offered onto the Photoshop. It's just that this is still an exploration onto Adobe Firefly, or they're still trying to work onto this. Now here onto the upper part, you could actually see the home, the gallery, your favorites, about, and help, and you could also join the Discord. So for us to be able to get started, so we'll just simply click onto the generate feature in here. Then right after, we should be able to see the screen in here. So that to get started, you could select a simple asset or upload an image. So as of the moment, generative fill on Adobe Firefly is only for photos. But onto the Photoshop, if you're using that, you could simply do or edit a video in there. So you'll just need to simply drag and drop a photo in here. And if you scroll down here onto the lower part, there should be some examples on what happened onto the generative fill. So as you can see the astronaut in here, you could remove the background and change it. So we'll just simply go ahead and drag and drop the image that I have in here so that we could get started. So for the first technique that we have in here is, so as you can see, we have added a photo that is onto a vertical form. So as you have noticed, this is onto a vertical form. So if we want to have this one on a portrait mode or horizontal mode, what we'll need to do in here is just simply click onto this insert, and then right after, let's just simply brush out its background. So let's just simply do it like that. And also here onto the bottom part, you can simply do it like that. So let's describe the image that we want to create. So let's just say expand. Then let's click on the generate and let's see what it will give us. Now, as you can see, here are some of the options that we have gathered. So this is the first one. We have this one as well. And as you can see, this one turned out to be a little good since it gone ahead and already extended its dress. You also have something here onto the upper part so that it won't look like that it is from a landscape photo. So we could have this one as well. So I kind of don't like this one since it is out of theme. And we could just simply click onto more to see more options in here. Then right after, with the next technique that we have in here is to add in some objects. So let's just try to choose the one that we preferred in here. So I'm just gonna simply keep this one out. Then let's go ahead and add in an object. So the first thing that you'll need to do is click onto insert in here. So let's just try to think first on what we could add in here. We could try to add something in here like a butterfly. So just put it like that and then describe the image that you want to create, add in butterfly, and then right after, just click onto generate. And as you can see, we've gone ahead and already added an object in here. So you could just simply click onto more so that you could generate other options. And then right after, you could just simply keep that. Now, another technique that we have in here is to remove some objects. So as you can see in here, let's just simply remove this one out. So we could remove this tiny sparks in here so that we should be able to have this photo cleaned out. So let's try to just put in like that. You can also remove this headpiece in here and then click onto remove. Now, as you can see, just like the insert button, should be able to see three options as well. And you could click onto more to generate more. Now, as you can see, here are the three options. It certainly did cleared out the sparks and the headpiece in here for us. So we'll just simply click onto key for that. Now, another thing that we have in here is you could enhance your photos with realistic reflection using this generative fill. So you just need to select the area for the reflections, such as water or anything like that. You could enter a prompt like reflective water and it will generate options. So let's try to go ahead and try to do that. So here onto the bottom part, now let's try to put it like this and also in here. And then let's try to type in here reflective water. Then let's try to see what it will give us. Now, as you can see, here are the photos that it generated. So onto this part in here, it is actually not that very clear since onto the photo that we've used in, the background of it is already blurry. So another technique that we have in here is we could actually replace and generate a new background effortlessly. So I'll just simply click onto keep and then click onto this background in here. And then as you can see, it will load. This is what it will show. So it leave the girl in here and we could describe the image that we want to create. So we could add in here city. So that one was more like a forest type. Then we'll just put in city in here and let's try to see what it will give us. And then let's click on to generate. And here are the three photos that it generated. So I kind of like how this one turned out in here since it is really complementing with the background and also the girl in here and also this one since this one looks like a superhero. So I think I'm gonna keep this one out in here. And for the last technique that we have in here, so let's open up a new file. Now for this one, let's add in a blank photo. So we've gone ahead and successfully added. Since for the last technique that we have in here, we will create an entire image. So with generative fill, you can even create entire scenes from scratch. So we'll just need to click on the insert button in here. So let's try to go ahead and fill this one out in here. And then right after, let's put in the description in here, mountains. And then let's click on to generate and let's see what it will give us. Now, so you can see here are the different generations that it gives. So I kind of like this landscape that we have in here. Let's just simply keep that. And you could also add in more objects in here. So let's try to add in like that. And let's put in cloud. And then let's generate. And then we have this. Let's keep that. Let's also try to add in a sun and then generate. And as you can see, we have the sun already in here. Let's just keep that. And you have gone ahead and completed an impressive landscape in here. So you could go ahead and add in more trees in here. So let's just put in like that, add in tree, and then click on to generate. And then you'll just need to keep that. So you could just leverage this insert button in here, the remove button, onto generative fill so that you could go ahead and enter prompts as well to give your landscape an impressive sight. And there you have it. Those are the epic generative fill techniques in Photoshop that you could also see onto Adobe Firefly. So this opens up a world of creative possibilities. And if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and if you have any question, just comment it down below. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you onto our next video.